Okay, so DJing, it just makes me want to create my own and share to the world what I have, the talents that I have. I fell in love with it, and I've been loving every minute of it. My name is Vincy Guchardo, also known as Vinny Gooch. I am a 22-year-old DJ and producer. DJing's been running my family for so many generations. My dad's been DJing for 30 years. My uncles and cousins have been DJing for almost 30 years. So it's naturally going to the next generation. Another major influence I had was from a music festival, Electric Zoo in New York. It was 2 years ago. I went there not knowing a single house song because I wasn't really involved in the music at that time, even though my family was DJing and all that. I went to the festival, I fell in love with it, I started DJing right after that, and 2 years later I've been DJing and producing ever since. I've done a couple of gigs. One of my most favorite ones was at my favorite club in New York City, Pasha. It's a very famous club, a bunch of very famous DJs have played on the main floor, and I was blessed enough to do the basement level of the club and have many friends and people just loving the music and dancing. Great vibes, great music. It was a great night. Every DJ has their own sound, whether they're producing it or whether they're DJing it at a place. My personal favorite genre of house music is deep and tech house. That's a very underground music scene. I'm sure everyone who has a favorite genre of music knows what the underground part of their genre is. Mine's more intimate, it's more relaxed, more chill vibes. Not so much crazy dancing or fist pumping. It's not that kind of scene. It's definitely further away from quote-unquote EDM type music. Everyone asks me if it's hard to DJ, and people say they want to learn how to DJ. And I tell everyone that asks me, DJing, it's easy. Making it sound good is what's the difficult part. And everyone could DJ, but not everybody can produce music. And in today's day and age, you have to make music in order to play music at clubs. Going more towards the producing aspect of DJing and electronic dance music is a lot of, I've looked up numerous YouTube videos, tutorials, how to learn, have taken classes, and the most important thing that I learned is to make what you love. You shouldn't have to make music for people because they demand it. You have a lot of DJs that are famous, top DJs in the world, that made that underground, intimate, great vibes, and unfortunately had to change their complete sound because of what the people wanted. And it's upsetting to see that today. A lot of DJs get a bad reputation because people like to create stereotypes saying that, you just press the space bar, you don't do anything. I had a friend that said, DJing's not hard. I was like, oh yeah, why don't you come over and try it? He definitely changed his mind on that. But DJing is not easy. It's also not hard. But we definitely don't just press a space bar or a play button. Those DJs create a bad reputation for DJs as a whole. All this new technology for DJing has made it so much easier for DJs to become DJs. A few years ago, or maybe close to 10 years ago, there was no such thing as a laptop DJ. You would, bring your CDs with you or your records, which are now coming back. Underground techno DJs have been using vinyls to DJ now, which I truly love and appreciate that so much, because they're working hard and truly DJing by listening in their headphones how to mix music and not just looking at a screen. DJing with headphones is one thing. DJing using a laptop is a completely different thing. These new laptop DJs nowadays just look at your computer screen and they show you the beats to match, so you don't even need headphones anymore. It's truly a shame. I actually do use a laptop to DJ with, but that doesn't mean I'm a laptop DJ. I still use my headphones, I still DJ live, I don't pre-record any sets. I recently posted a vocal edit of a famous house song, and it's been supported by multiple major EDM blogs, and it's been amazing because I've gotten so many views and so many people commenting how much they love it. Without technology, we don't have DJing, but with this new technology, it's making it easier for DJs to do what they do. So there's kind of pros and cons to this, because I love the new technology, I love all the new updates, but these DJs who truly don't appreciate the art or just using it as an excuse to make easy money. There's many different styles of DJing, and that basically comes down to the transition. The transition means when you're bringing in the other song. And there's different styles to that. Cross-dropping, which pertains more to the EDM, electro house music, where you would keep your crossfader on one side of the track, and as the build-up comes for the song, you literally drag your finger across the volume button and it drops the beat on the other track. That's the easiest way to do it. And in my opinion, I completely look down upon that because it's not DJing. That's called cross mixing. There's no skill involved to it. But the key to a strong transition is the way you do it. There's different ways to do it. You could, go depending on the genre of music is also very important. My music that I DJ to is more intimate, it's slower, the deep and tech house, the underground scene, which pertains more to a slower transition. So what I would do is you have one track playing at a certain volume, you cue up the other track, make sure the beats are matched, slowly bring it up, add a filter onto it, and then slowly bring up the bass as you lower the bass for the other track, which allows for the most natural sounding transition to the point where you might not even know if a new song is coming. And in my opinion, if you can't tell when a new track is coming, it means you've mastered the art of DJing. Well, there's a ton of DJs that have influenced me. One would be Oliver Heldens, Chami, and Mr. Belton Weasel. They're future house DJs, which is an up-and-coming genre of deep and tech house mixed with a little sound of that EDM drums. They're one of the main reasons that I've gotten into producing music over DJing. As I said, DJing, my influence would most likely be my father and my uncles because it's been passed down traditionally in our family. A lot of people that don't listen to house music and don't know house music, like my parents, well, no, time out, my dad knows house music, like parents. People that always ask what types of genres of house music there are, especially if they don't listen to it. Parents and adults that don't listen to it call it techno, and techno is a separate genre itself. You have house, deep house, tech house, future house, tribal house, electro house, minimal, dubstep, techno, trance. But the point is that it's not one genre. Everyone thinks that it's the same sound, and if you took the time to listen to all those genres, they would sound completely different, every single one of them. But my personal favorites is deep house, tech house, techno, and future house, mainly all underground.